Coming to you live. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I'm pretty sure I'm live now. So I did a poll last week. Is it last week? I lose track of time. About what are the kind of some reasons why might be stopping people with their kind of energy and productivity. And one of the things that was mentioned, or the main thing that people voted on, was food and alcohol binges. Just check my camera. Is that my camera? There we go. So I thought I'd just jump in with a quick video just to talk about binging. It's something that I know a lot of people struggle with, and it's something that I talk about with my clients quite a lot. So, kind of, why do we binge? Well, it's almost like the gloves are off, aren't they? We can't stop, whether it is kind of food or whether it is alcohol. We can't stop doing it. And in the moment, maybe in that brief moment, we feel good about it, and it makes us feel a bit better, and it gives us something, doesn't it? It serves us in some way. But it's also it could be telling us something, that maybe there's something we're trying to escape from that. So what do we do? So why is it important? Well, binges they affect our health both physically and mentally. It doesn't feel great if we don't feel in control of how we're managing our food, or managing our intake in some way. And also mentally, that's or sorry, physically, again, if we're trying to lose weight and trying to get on top of our diet and what we're eating, and again, if we're binging, we're struggling with that. That's going to affect that journey. We don't want to be out of control with it. I've never met anybody who actually uh, wants to keep kind of these binges in place. And again, we just want to be in control of our lives and in control of what we're eating. So some of the work that I do with my clients when it comes to working on this is I firstly identifying the problem, if there is a problem with it, and maybe not kind of running away from it. So maybe the first step is identifying, do I do this? And if you could think to yourself, is this something that I do? And then also not running away from that problem. Okay, so identifying it. The first step to kind of salvation is identifying the problem, and then maybe kind of sitting in it and not running away from that issue, and kind of maybe feeling the reasons why we are doing it. So in the moment, again, just trying to be aware of why am I kind of why do I not want to stop? Is it something else going on in my life? So how do I do it with my clients? Well, I've got a 5 whys model that I use, and this is where we ask ourselves why 5 times. So I'm happy to share this. It's just a Word document, nice and simple. I'm happy to share this with anybody who wants it. It's kind of asking ourselves why 5 times. Why are we doing this thing? So if it is kind of I find myself binging on food in the evening, the first question could be, why am I doing this? And then we're kind of, well, I maybe feel a bit hungry. Okay, or maybe you don't. So asking yourself why 5 times, try and get down to the real reason, the root of the matter, why you might be doing this. Another good tool is also, again, in bringing awareness of the issue, is maybe writing down your thoughts on it. Again, I asked one of my clients last week to write down his thoughts on why he binged on food, and he found it a very beneficial process, and actually came up with himself lots of corrective actions. He had, I think, maybe 7 or 8 corrective actions that he could work on, nice and simple things to stop him doing this behavior that he wanted to fix. You could also, it's good to get a partner or someone to help you with it. So finding a doesn't have to be a professional, but finding a non-judgmental friend to talk about it. Maybe somebody who won't try and fix the situation, so to speak, which sounds a bit counterintuitive, but just someone who might just sit and listen to the problem you're having. Now, maybe you're thinking, okay, maybe there's nothing wrong with me. Sometimes I like to overeat and I like to drink too much. So I would question that thought about whether it is something else. Whether again, whether it is something that you're trying to use this tool to avoid. It's rarely true that people like to overeat and like to overdrink. And I want you to try and be honest with yourself when you're asking yourself that question. Maybe you've had kind of problems with binging for many years, and that's okay. But it doesn't mean you can't change. Use the evidence of others. Like, for example, my client in my group this week, it's something he struggled for a while, and we might not be 100% there now, but we're putting a plan in place and we're putting the tools in place, both practically and also mentally, so he can fix those things. So use that as evidence that other people can fix these things. So even though you've had this problem for a while. So what I want you to do, I want you to think about the why. Why are you doing this? Why are you kind of overeating? Is there something going on? And if you want to, I can send you my 5 whys document. It's nice and simple. It's just asking yourself why 5 times, and it's really good at getting down to the root of the matter. And don't run away from the problem. If it's something you want to fix, face that fear. And there's real growth to be had when we're facing that fear. Okay, so that's my thoughts on binging and avoiding it. Let me know any of your thoughts, any questions. Drop in the comments or send me a DM. I'm happy to help. So reach out. Okay, cheers, guys.